when I was 13 or 14, I got a job at a magic shop. Don't worry, I'm not going to channel my inner Copperfield. I was the worst magician ever. But I learned a lot about practice. Thank you very much. It's right into it. There you go. I learned a lot about practice, the magician's life. Practice, practice, practice until it's not only perfect, it's effortless. So when I was 14, I taught myself this move. Anyone want to guess? It's the exact motion necessary to open a rear closing hook and loop bra strap. Yes! I was afraid I was going to lose half the room on that one. It took me weeks to learn that one, and my little brother was pissed. All right, that was a joke. I never practiced on my little brother. I used a chair and the dog once. The thing about magic is the trick is not the trick. The trick is how you use it. Like, what's it? Oh, did I? Oh my God, I am so sorry. Oh, can I? No. And the third part of the trick is believing in the magic. Hey, you know, maybe they wanted to be free. Maybe they needed to be free. And believe me, I understand how creepy that sounds coming from a 50-year-old man, but it was much more adorable when I was 14. What got me thinking about all this this got me thinking about the change in gender roles over time. How when I was a kid, it was very confusing. You know, we were told that the men were the gasoline and the women were the brakes. And that women really didn't have any sexual desires. They had to be lured or seduced. I'm not making any excuses for bad behavior. It's just remarking on the change. I was deeply friend-zoned with a girl once. We didn't call it friend zone back then. We called it dumbass. But I used the opportunity to do a little opposition research. And she actually showed me the secret schedule. She had a piece of parchment that was handed down to her from her aunts and her older sisters. And it was written in what like a 12-year-old would think of, calligraphy is. But it had each date and what behaviors could be expected on the date. So first date, handshake. Unless it was an expensive date, then a kiss on the cheek. Second date, same thing. Third date, kiss, no tongues. Fourth date, tongues. Seventh date, knee. Ninth date, thigh above the skirt, but nowhere near, and this is their word, not mine, nowhere near the hootie. That's why I could never get into that band. But JJ and the Blowfish. The 11th date was under the sweater, over the blouse. So it was obviously winter rules. And the 16th and final one on the list was under the bra. So I asked her, how many guys are sticking around for 4 months to get to second base? And she said, well, sometimes a date's not a date. I said, well, what's the fastest anybody's ever gotten to second base with you? And she said, oh, a week. But that was at camp, so it doesn't count. Now, I don't want you to think that I spent my entire teenage years in the friend zone. I had quite a reputation myself 80 pounds ago. I asked this girl that I really liked out on a date to the drive-in. Only her sister knew of my reputation. So when I arrived to pick her up, her bra was safety pin shut. Her blouse was safety pin shut in 4 places. Her pants were safety pin shut, although it made no sense because this was the designer jean days, and it took 2 people with a spray bottle and a pair of pliers to get them on, so he wasn't coming off without an act of Congress. And as we were leaving on the date, the sister said, "Good luck, Houdini." And I very arrogantly said, well, you know, that's the thing about Houdini. He liked the challenge. So when we got to the drive-in, I went for snacks and she locked me out of the car. And that's when you have to remember that the trick is not the trick. So I convinced her to open the lock. And I convinced her that those safety pins were not in her best interest. And many years later, I convinced her to marry me. That is the real magic trick. Thank you very much.